I'm talking now, FTL. It's my turn. You had your chance. It is my turn.
Screw
You had your chance.
Asparagus.
You had your chance. It is my turn. We got them even Preston to agree that he changed his mind on this. So
If you read your stream title, you will see how wrong you are.
You are so wrong.
I want less
Strawman
gun in the game.
again.
So you know,
Okay, can I just
I'm
say,
saying
like,
what I
you're-
want. That person, I'm saying what I want. I cannot strawman myself. How can you
You're
strawman
ignoring
yourself?
20 gunshots right now and worrying about a broken nail. Tell me
Okay.
how removing Armory fixes that.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, you wanted me to go first, and now you just jump. You seem very excited there,
Yeah,
Zeke.
what the heck?
Sorry,
Very
but-
excited, but okay.
Oh,
That's
But it was relaying the point that it was just confirming the point you mentioned, though. It wasn't any new information.
Ladies and gentlemen, hello everyone. Welcome to the 10th episode of Pot Pie Pulse Debate. 10 episodes so far already. How is that? How is that for a surprise? Can we hear everyone? Can someone say something? I don't think we have audio for you guys. We do hear you. Olu, Peezer, FTL, Preston, and Zeke tonight. Thank you for joining us. We have a treat for you guys. We have a very special topic. We are going to talk about anything guns related at Armory. And look at that, guys. Look at the nameplate, the color of my nameplate. I got called out last week. I got called out by Dudeman for being one-sided, right? So fuck it, let's embrace it. I'm going to be one-sided as well tonight. I decided to join the blue team, and I'm going to fight with Olu and Peezer, discussing the gun problem. So thanks everyone for joining in. We will be jumping into the debate in a few seconds. I just have a few things to tell you as usual. Pot Pie Pulse Debate is a show where we discuss Project Winter. Project Winter is our favorite games, is a social deduction games which allow you to lie and betray your friends. And as far as I know, this is the only debate show that on the internet that talks about this topic. If you have questions, this is a debate, but we want the audience to be involved, and we have a new software that will allow us to pop up your questions today. So if you have any questions, make sure to put it in chat and at me or at Pizza, and we will make sure to have your question be on screen, and we will ask them to your debaters. One last thing. Previous debates, as I told, this is episode 10. So yeah, round of applause. Episode 10 already. The nine previous episodes are already on YouTube. Pizza, I've done it. Thank you very much. I just did it. So you go to YouTube at find AsparagusDaiquiri on YouTube, and you find all the previous debates. So that being said, let's enjoy this brand new overlay we have here. I will give all my fellow debaters here 2 minutes to just introduce themselves. So say to the audience who you are. Some of you are recurring people. Some of you were not there for a while. So if you have new people in the audience, you need to introduce yourself. Tell us what's your experience with the game. Tell us briefly what you think about the gun situation and the armory situation we're going to discuss tonight. And then at the end, you can tell us where people can find you, because we want them to follow you at the end of this. So, Hollushi, if you want to go first.
All right. I think I've been in 4 debates now, maybe 5. I'm not sure. If you guys have seen those, you know me. I'm Hollushi on all the platforms. Been playing Project Winter for like a year. Are we talking about what side we are on right now?
Yeah.
Yeah. I think removing Armory is a good step in the right direction. With maybe it's up there in priority. That's me.
And where people can find you if they want more of you.
Any platform, Hollushi. I
Any
stream on
platform,
Twitch.
Hollushi. Awesome. Thanks for your introduction.
Thank
Peezer
you.
Peezer is the most veteran participant of the show. I think you've been here 8 out of 10 episodes, Peezer. So thanks so much for still being there and still coming with us.
You just keep inviting me back.
It's a pleasure every time.
My Twitch is Peace Please. I've been on Twitch for like 8 years now. I've been partnered with Project Winter for a year, and I've been playing for 2. I have not been the biggest fan of the Armory since getting absolutely bent over with 3 expos in a row, and I've been kind of on that side for a long time. I think it needs to just be something else entirely.
Awesome. FTL, floor is yours. If you can introduce yourself, tell us your experience with the game, what you think, and where people can find you.
I am FTL. I personally do not agree with the army being removed, but I do agree with the fact it needs to be reworked. Peezer, it did sound like when you were saying that, you didn't directly say it needed to be removed. By the way, if you worded it, you said it sounded like you'd be happy with it being either removed or reworked.
Already starting, hey? Okay.
Yeah, I'm just pointing out.
Already pointing fingers, okay.
So I have some ideas on how, but I definitely think the armory is also not the main cause of the problem, because oftentimes survivors can get guns even without the armory. Now, when they do get guns, but the armory in its current state, I believe, is kind of messy, but removing it is not the option. You can find me at PW_FTL on Twitch, although I pretty much don't stream. I will one day, hopefully.
And you streamed some Star Wars last week.
I did stream some Star Wars, but...
Excellent. Preston, it's been a while since we've seen you on the show, so thanks for coming back. It's always a pleasure to have you.
Yeah. I've been on the show like what 5 times.
4 or 5, yeah.
Yeah. I don't. Sorry, I'm having a stroke. I've played the game for 2.5 years, and I don't believe the armory needs to go. Possibly a rework, but the armory is definitely not the main issue at all. The main issue is rather just the abundance of guns outside the armory. I think removing the armory completely would cause an issue trying to balance the guns later on, personally, is what I think. You can find me on YouTube, and I have a Twitch, but I don't really use it, so yeah.
Awesome, thank you very much. And Zeke, it's been a while since we've seen you on the show, so welcome back.
Well, thank you. So yeah, I've played the game for about a year. I don't know, whenever it did come out on Game Pass initially. I'd say I'd probably played almost every style of play you can play in the game now, from not knowing anything to hyper-aggressive optimization to just not caring at all and goofing around. I don't think the armory is inherently a problem, or a building like the armory is a problem. I think the overall abundance of guns and the ease of getting them and making them is the problem, which removing the armory does not even begin to solve. You can find me on Twitch, potentially, if I'm streaming.
Potentially. Okay, if you're streaming, that's a good one. I think everyone seems lower in volume compared to Asparagus. Oh, that's good to know. Let me fix this. 1, 2. Someone can please say something. We will make sure it's on the level. Quipper,
hello.
what does it say?
Yes.
Do we seem to be on a good level right now, Quipper? Thanks for telling us.
Hello.
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 Okay, well, I put my volume down a little, so it seems to be better. So, quick introduction. My name is AsparagusDaiquiri. You probably know me because you're on my channel. I host this show, and today I decided to join in because I have a very strong opinion about guns and the armory as well. And I absolutely believe that removing the armory will be a step in a good direction. And I think Hollushi and Peezer and I will be able to prove that to you tonight. And you will leave this debate very confident that armory needs to go. And it needs to go right now. That being said, guys, in the chat, we will be debating for 30 minutes now. After that, we're going to take a 2 minutes ad break, give the debaters the time to go refill their water, their drinks, in the bathroom. We will be right back after that. If you don't want to see ads, make sure to follow or subscribe to the channel. That's the best way, right? You can use your Amazon Prime. You can just subscribe to the channel this way, and that will prevent you from seeing the ads. Already a few comments in the chat here. That's awesome. We will be able to see these comments later. So that's pretty much it. Are you guys ready? You want to jump in the fight?
Yes.
You want to jump in the fight?
Sure. Yeah.
All right.
Okay. FTL, you seem to be ready. Go first, buddy. Go first. What do you have in your mind?
Well, I think you guys should be going first because you want to have the action here. You want armory yanked away.
Yeah.
We don't.
You go first. Yes.
I go first? I will go first. Absolutely,
Yeah.
then. Let me jump in for the first time. It's exciting. It's my first time jumping in the fray. Usually I just watch and tell you guys what to do.
Just watched though.
Last week I
Ooh.
kind of
You're
participated a little.
flashbanging me, Asparagus.
You were, yeah.
I know.
Wait.
You were neutral. One of those dirty IDs.
Oh boy.
Oh, FTL,
Oh,
you are
FTL.
now a robot.
I'm
You're no
gone.
longer on this plane. There
Oh,
he's back.
Doomed.
Okay, I'm back.
Okay, so something that's everyone seems to be in agreement here. I think everyone said it. There seems to be a gun problem in Project Wither. It would seem that the 6 of us here would appreciate the game a bit more if there were less guns in the game. Do we agree with that to begin with?
Oh,
Yes,
yeah.
sir.
Yes.
Okay.
I think everyone agrees with that.
That's a good start. That's a good start.
I used the phrase earlier. It's like they're getting them on a fucking clearance sale. Like, it's absolutely absurd, and it's not that Armory's giving them out either. It's like everywhere you go, you get them.
Yeah, it's pretty
like,
insane.
There's random normal, quote unquote, normal bunkers in the map that you can get 5 in on occasion.
Mm.
Tell me
Okay.
how removing Armory fixes that.
Yeah.
Well, you wanted me to go first, and now you just jump. You seem very excited there,
Yeah,
Zeke.
what the heck?
Sorry,
Very
but-
excited, but okay.
Oh,
That's
no.
But it was relaying the point that it was just confirming the point you mentioned, though. It wasn't any new information.
Okay, so we all agree there's too many guns. There's one place in the map where you can be assured to find many, many guns. So let's just do the simple maths there. You remove that one place that contains a shit ton of guns. What happens to the amount of guns overall in the map? Does it go up? Does it go down?
It's down.
It goes down, but
It goes down, there you go.
Here's the issue. Here's
the difference
issue I
between
have with that.
45 and
but-
40, though, isn't a big deal. It's the fact that
Yeah.
there's 40 of them.
There's also this
Not the
thing
5
I
more.
like to I want to mention real quick is that I feel like there needs to be a consistent place where there can be guns. Like
Yeah.
I don't feel like removing the consistent place and making it so they're completely random solves that much or makes it better. I feel
Well,
like
not-
that would make it
I-
not, you know,
I think that would improve a lot of things.
I don't
if
think it
people
would.
had
have
to search
an
for them.
I have an idea that countered that is. First of all, I'm going to say Armory is not consistent because you don't know where it is on the map. But what I'd
That
like to
part,
say,
yeah.
if Armory was left in its current state, I'd rather it be removed. But
Yep.
I thought of some ideas, and if it was reworked, I'd rather it stay. I had an idea for Armory.
Are you already
Where-
conceding with us that Armory is a problem, FTL? It took like
I
5
thought
minutes.
We
in
never
its
said it
current-
wasn't.
I
It
think
took
in its
5 minutes
current-
and we're
quicker
bringing
than
someone
that.
from your
I think
side,
in its
up
current-
side. FTL, should I move you up?
No, because I think in its current
Red
state,
and
yes,
blue.
it is a. But I think it's a problem, but not for the reason of it providing guns. I think it's a problem because of how it fundamentally works, because it's randomly on the map, and if you happen to stumble, you get guns. I think the armor should be a more strategic weapon, an item where you know where it is, but it has some sort of thing you have to complete. I was thinking, what if armory was like a third optional objective? It had something you needed to do to open it. Let's say get certain parts, but you knew where it was on the map. So let's say you're 3 survivors and the traitors are getting really juiced and you know you need guns. You know, okay, let's spend 4 or 5 minutes getting the armory open to get guns. And that's my proposition for an interesting version of armory, because then it's a risk reward. Should we spend
That's
the time
fair.
to open this?
Yeah.
And that's exactly what Armory should be. It shouldn't not exist. It should be there's a guy out there getting 3,000 plus health. We need these resources with people we trust to stop him, because that's all it becomes at that point.
Yeah, but
So
that's
So
you
not
need
that's
to
simple.
have that on the map.
You go to the bunker next to the cabin, the one that's free, that you don't need to. It's already open. You find 2 gun parts right there from the start of the
Why
game.
in the world
Bang!
should
You got
that exist,
that
though?
shouldn't happen.
Why in the world should that be what exists when the Armory's gone?
Yeah,
I know, but
It's just nonsense.
That's
we all
completely
agree that's a
backwards
problem,
logic.
but it's
But it
part
currently
of it.
does exist.
It does exist.
It
But
does,
deleting the
that's-
Armory doesn't stop that. So you still get anyone walking into the free bunker, getting a sniper, and just going ham on people.
But until that gets
You
fixed,
did
it's
nothing
the
to
same
stop the
thing.
gun problem.
Yeah,
Until
but
that gets
removing
fixed.
the
nothing to stop
armory
the
is
gun
not going to
problem.
help that.
This isn't a gun problem. This is an armory.
we're
talking
we're
about-
talking about
No,
the
it's
armory.
not. It's a gun problem in the game. Armory
yeah,
just snowballs
there's
it.
definitely a gun
think-
problem, but we're talking
Yes,
about the
armory does contribute partially to the gun problem, but
Yep.
I feel like armory as it is a needed part of the game. But in its current state, armory isn't providing the role it's supposed to be, and that
I-
it should be reworked to the thing that I said, that it should
thing
be
about
a more
armory
is, So-
reliable
like-
source.
So you
but
don't
it
want to
should
see it
have
as in
an
current
objective.
state. So you want to remove it and replace it by something else. Okay, good.
No,
know, I
no,
know.
That-
not
it's
what
me-
I'm
That
saying.
is a
Te-
straw man, and stop doing that.
I want to keep it as armory.
you don't seem to want a building called Armory that has weaponry. We definitely think that concept is an important thing in the game.
That's why I wanted to ask FTL. Why do you think it's important?
Why? Because in the current state, armory is completely RNG based. If you find it with 3 people, boom, you got it open. But you also may not find it. There's no strategy to it. It's complete luck. With the rework that I proposed, it shows it on the map to everyone, and it's a choice you have to make. It's not like, oh, do we need? It's more of, oh, do we need Armory or do we not need Armory? Should we just go for the second objective? And even if they do provide to Armory, it's not going to be as bad to the gun problem because now they're spending extra time to get guns, which gives the traders in turn extra time to do other support.
I was
things
gonna
to help
say one
them.
thing Armory does do in the game, at least when I first started playing it, is acts as an intermediary objective for when you have someone who is just juicing up, because you can't completely stop that playstyle or you're not playing Project Winner anymore. Some people, if they want to, will go get 27 crates and come back and murder. Just how it works. You need to have a way to defend against that.
We'll come back later to that. I think somebody's going to bring the deception versus PvP option. But FTL, are you saying the Armory should be visible to everyone?
I think it should be visible to everyone, but only with the proposed change of it having to be some sort of objective, i.e. parts, or maybe some sort of battery-like thing.
What would stop the
like
traders?
A locator.
Like
I like the soldier trader dynamic personally because
Yeah,
it was
okay,
very
the
risk
soldier-
reward. You took
if
the wrong
maybe-
person and you ended up screwing the game. You took the right person, you ended up saving the game.
The problem with my proposed idea and the soldier trader thing is that how like depending on the difficulty of the objective, you need people to do it. Because with the soldier, it was the soldier was not only kind of a boring role to play, but it would be easy to just open it. You could open it pretty quickly. Yeah, traders could betray you there, but if there's two wolves, then they can't.
Okay, so if anyone knows where the armor is, so why would a trader just go zip there from the beginning of the game, open it, get all the guns, and then you have even more traders with guns? Is that when you want to?
It would still require.
How are they going to open it? What are they going to do? Hack it with it not function? Like
3 people to open and some sort of parts to put in, or whatever the objective is.
You'd need a trader counter too to that. Like that's why they have that to open it anyway.
I think it should be like, do you know how there was apparently an objective locator? Why wouldn't there be something like that?
Okay, I could see there being some sort of armory locator that maybe survivors can build. But if it's like I mentioned earlier on the map for everyone, traders may...
Or even a thing on the map you can go activate to go reveal it.
True. The traders can think, okay, well, the survivors go for the armory, and they can trap it in advance.
The one saving grace of the armory is that nobody knows where it is.
No, that's the absolute worst part about it, because it just leads to 3 people randomly finding it and running a game over.
It's complete
When people know where it is and you can prepare and make traps around it and stuff like that, it becomes a true risk reward, not just RNG giving you the game.
Or maybe it could be something like the traders know where it is before first is complete, and the survivors know where it is after first is complete. So the traders have time in advance before the survivors have any idea of where it is.
So all I hear so far is give more guns to the traders. And that's how we're gonna.
That's
how the red team's gonna fix the gun problem.
Okay. I don't get where you think this is possible.
I'm not saying that it requires 2 people to open. I'm saying
armory. When can they open the armory by themselves? Now is that not removed?
Can they not do that now?
No, they've never been able to.
Gone since the hacker summer of hell.
They bring one survivor with them. They open it and then they just slaughter them.
Well, that's a survivor's fault. You sank the game because you trusted 2 traders.
That happens normally in the game anyways. Like
at that point, the traders win with deception because they deceived you into thinking they were the good guys. How is that not deception?
Yeah.
They let you commit into giving them the game and weaponry. That's pretty good deception. You trusted them enough for that. It's like when someone gives you a trank and you're the trader and you're like, and just finish them if you want to.
Oh, trank.
That's being good deceiving at someone.
Okay.
Yeah,
that's a whole other topic.
Earn the guns if that happens.
Yeah, like that is actually deception. That's not just straight PvP. You had to do something to be able to be trusted to go get there. Right now, it's just you're wandering. You're like, hey, a red building. Oh, they finished first. Open it up. Everybody dies.
Yeah. Olu, I would like to have your take on this.
I'm stressed because I agree with the deception part, but it still leads to PvP, and I get what you guys are saying that like, if Armory was removed, there's still a problem, but it we're talking about the armory, like I sure there will still be a problem.
So what is the premise of why you want to remove armory?
Because it is a good step,
But I feel like it's stepping backwards. I
would say it's the wrong step.
Yeah, I believe stepping backwards
it is a step.
I would call that. No,
that's not in the right direction, in my opinion. It's sideways.
I feel like armory is a better way to fix it because we reduce guns in the regular bunkers and still have the armory. It makes armory more bigger objective for the survivors, it also gives traitors a better way of controlling survivors' guns. If the traitors are more careful about making the armory harder to do, i.e. trapping it, or maybe manipulating people to not go there, they can more easily control if the survivors do or don't have guns.
And can I just say, if you remove Armory, we still have 2 maps that randomly will just RNG the game with guns anyways because of wolf towers. Or tower bunkers. So like that's not even the beginning of the issue of what you guys are.
So
like,
I think
you think it's a step in the right direction, but the actual fundamental problems are so different than just one building with guns.
I think keeping it's definitely better because, like I said, reducing gun parts in regular bunkers, but keeping armory with still the same amount of guns, if not more, will make it so the traitors have the ability to control survivors better with their guns. And if the survivors manage to get armory open to get a bunch of guns, that's somewhat their fault.
They deserve it. They worked together as a team. They did teamwork. They didn't get deceived into bringing the wrong people there and dying.
With me mentioning earlier how the traitors can know where armory is in advance, they can prepare for it. And it would be even better if they could make it a way so armory wasn't near second objective, because then it would.
Yeah, I think it should have like a 1 tile rule. Like it just cannot be within like adjacent tile to second or something.
I'll humor your suggestion here, FTL. Okay, what if we do that, but we remove every other guns anywhere in the game? And you make it the sole only location where you can get guns.
I would agree with you, Asparagus, if you restrict guns into traitor drop and armory alone.
Survivor drop too.
And survivor drop, yeah. Those 3 drops only. And like maybe gun parts in the orange crate.
I think
you get 1 or 2 gun parts, a truth serum, some med kits. Maybe that. Yeah, sure.
Really
agreed, 100%.
I believe you should never.
But that's not Armory's fault.
Never be able to find a gun in a regular bunker. And I do think gun parts in a bunker are okay, but they should be so rare that survivors almost have to work together in order to get one gun.
You should have to get like half a map to get 2 or 3 guns, not 2 bunkers on 1 tile.
Yeah, when you are at the beginning tile and you open one of those already like basic open
free bunker,
ones, the free bunker, and you find 2 gun parts every like couple games.
That changes the game instantly.
Yeah, instantly. I have a sniper.
That's never happened.
That traitor that effing just stole parts. Oh, pop, he's dead.
Yeah,
So
he's dead in 3 shots, and it's game over when the other guy has to fight in that moment. Otherwise, it's survivor snowball in 4
Open
minutes.
bunkers should never have gun parts. Guns, I think, should be 3 gun parts each. There should all be 3.
Or gun parts should be unstackable, and they should all cost the same.
Unstackable.
Okay, we're kind of veering off. I want to come back. I want to come back to the gun parts a bit later on the debate.
Okay.
But so I want to keep sing on the armory for the first part of the debate. I think there's a lot to be said on gun parts and on the gun amount, but the armory as a building, I want to hear Peezer's opinion on it. Why do you dislike the armory?
Since they got rid of the soldier, I don't know, it's like RNG sort of deal. I said in the one debate about getting rid of them, like you used to have like a goal for one specific person, which made going to that area fun. And now you just stumble upon it, and I get it. Like I just don't like what's inside of it for the most part. You get 4 fucking guns, 4 energy drinks, and if they do take that, that's a stack trader again. They could possibly have 2 expos for fuck's sakes, and that just bends you over if you run into somebody immediately.
It's 4 to 8, by the way, not 4.
Sorry?
Well, it's
4 to 8 RNG, by the way. It's up to 2 per locker for energy drinks.
Well,
and I'm pretty sure each locker can spawn a gun.
Yeah,
it's crazy what you can get in those things.
I personally just hate the expo. I think it's the worst thing in the game.
I mean, luckily,
it's improved so much where it's not. They gotta fix it in a way where
it used to ruin a game entirely. It has improved totally, but I still fucking hate it.
Yeah.
I don't like the gun personally. I think the thing I think is a problem though, which is not Armory's fault again, is you can find a trank in a tower bunker.
Tranks should
never exist.
Trank should be a 1 shot, not 3.
Trank should be like a 1 in 1,000 chance to be in the armory, maybe. Like almost never, but maybe you get it instead of 1 expo instead, and that's like you get 1 gun, 1 expo, or 1 gun, 1 trank, and that's your armory loot. And you go use that to go help the trader. Like you go
so you have many locations where you can get that train gun that I think we all ate.
And that's you can get it in a regular bunker if I'm not mistaken. Still,
you can.
Yes.
You can.
When I was playing the game last year, I picked one up in a regular bunker, was called a traitor and murdered by all the survivors. And I was like, "You guys don't understand the game. This is RNG."
Or if you're gonna make a trank gun, use a serum and a gun part. It would make sense.
Yeah.
You built the thing. You didn't just find it randomly. Like that would be a reward for that.
I don't
but
think
you
I
didn't.
don't think
That's
these
interesting,
issues are
Peezer.
with the
That's
building, though.
interesting, and I want
Yeah.
to keep that in
that's
mind.
not a
I'm gonna
building
remember
issue.
this one.
Yeah. Also, I think one last thing to say in this, I think Trank should only spawn in trader airdrops.
I don't think
then-
it should just be specific to traders.
No.
Just
No,
do it.
that's
you
FTL.
should-
That's the problem with instant confirm. If you hang out with the train gun, but if you can only find it in the trader drop,
Yeah, because
you
you're not
already
gonna
know your
never-
trader right away.
You're not gonna
Never
kill a
pull
guy
out
that
your
has
trank
it.
gun. Never pull out your trank gun. You don't need to bring it. Just use a poison crossbow. If
It was
you
like-
want the instant confirm.
Yeah, a long time ago, poison crossbow was like the instant, confirm you're a bad guy, and you had to
Yeah,
hide that shit. So it's all about keeping quiet and like just keep hiding the fact you have it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
Like,
always
I don't
been a
even think
part of the
traders
game.
should be getting tranks and crates. I think that's a problem.
No,
Uh,
I don't think
Beefed up trader.
if
I
they're
think you should
in.
be more getting it in your airdrop, and the airdrop should be more guaranteed, kind of thing. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
in case the game's
Yeah,
going real
I can see
fast,
that.
you get a trank in your airdrop, and you get like maybe one, or you get a gun, and you can
game-
actually help your game with it. Not
the
like
game-
the way it is weird. You get like 2 objective locators. You're like, thanks, bro. It's been 4 minutes. They're done both objectives, and I'm standing behind second locating it now.
well, you won't get an airdrop if they
Like-
finish it in 4 minutes. But
But that's
we
that's
have
the
2
way the
minutes.
second one potentially. Like it's like you know what I mean. It's just brutal. Like
Okay, we have 2 minutes
they're
to
not
finish
the way
this
they're.
this armory
There's other
topic. By the way,
issues. It's
guys.
not armory.
I would rather if I'm
Armory
gonna
just
see that-
snowballs.
If I'm gonna see it, I'd rather it be kind of one of those things like, oh shit, this map has an armory, not just like
Mhm.
it's there.
Yeah, I'd like to see
that's-
it be variable even.
Like,
but I mean, yeah, I guess you could do that. That's with your earlier point when you first said why you dislike the armory. That's why I proposed, because I agreed with you in the point that the armory in its current state is kind of garbage. That's why I made the suggestion of the rework that I had an idea for.
And I think the rework is still better than the current.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah.
absolutely. The current state is trash, and no one on my team, I don't think, will ever argue against that. The problem is the fact the concept of the building itself is an important concept in the game, we think.
Okay, so I think we are gonna be ending this one topic in 1 minute, guys. We will be doing a little quick ad break, and we will come back with different topics. We will talk about. I want to talk about why people think. I think we all agree with that, but everyone, why you think there's too many guns in the game? Hey, Red 5's here. Hello, Red 5. Trank needs
Hello.
a nerf and counter. Yeah, the Red 5. I
Agreed.
think everybody agrees with that.
Yep.
So before we go, I will just think that from my point of view, I think the red team conceded. The armory is a problem.
What?
We want to
No,
see
I
it
think
gone,
we
and
have
you
a
want to
whole
see it
other
fixed.
debate,
No, let me finish.
and
Let me
you
finish.
are, again, straw manning
You
our
guys-
arguments.
You
No.
guys were very-
We all
you were
agreed it was a
waffling
problem. We all agrees it was a problem.
The moderator comes in, straw
It's
manning
just
the
that
other
we-
team.
we
He's got a whole
take-
bunch of advantage.
We
Oh,
think you
God.
should take the problem and just delete it, and you think you should take the problem and try to fix it and try to put some scotch
Yes.
tape and try to put some little
Just
glue
deleting
there.
it is
Just build a
definitely the much-
tower that's just gonna fall on yourself.
I think deleting it actually removes deception and gameplay from the
Yep.
game because keeping it in and just with this rework that I had proposed it adds just more depth to what you can do as a trader. More deception. Are you going to deceive survivors away from it, or you can try to get them to go towards it and kill them
But
there?
it's still
Okay.
for something PvP based.
It's still,
Yeah, but this game is built off PvP
So-
being able to get you out of being in a bad situation.
We're gonna come back right to that.
play Among
We
Us
will
if
be
you don't want
taking
that.
a 2-minute break right now, guys. So thank you so much. We
He's
will
losing,
be back
he's
soon.
diverting it.
And we are back. Welcome, everyone. Thanks for the little break. We've been having this discussion in the meantime, and someone brought something, an idea that I quite of like, so I don't remember who it was. I'm not going to take credit for it. Someone said the tracker does nothing so far. How about you give the tracker some kind of a map, and they go in his scavenger hut to try to find the armory? Who brought that?
You could even have that was me. You could even have like
Here's
the house map out front. Here's 4 points of interest that are going to be something that you want to know about. Like that's more of a tracker than just some dude that's like,
Yeah.
see you later. I know where you are for the rest of the game.
I think that the tracker replacing soldier is one of the worst decisions in my opinion.
I
don't-
get why they did
like,
it
it's-
because they said about it being your whole identity, their whole gameplay. But
I
that's
know,
what made
but
being a trader almost better when you didn't have.
and that's what
one, like I
actually
said.
made the armory good.
Okay, so
is that
So
there
ma-
was
That's what made
play
shootouts
around
and
that.
fights there. Like you tell your buddy like I know where we're going. It's over this side. Like wait right behind me, and it was you could open it at any time.
Yeah.
Not sure about
I
that
have-
so much.
I have 2 questions I want to ask you guys. First of all, we have a question for Pizza here. Pizza says, "I thought this was a gun debate, not a trank debate. And I agree with you. We will probably touch the trank a lot during this conversation, Pizza, because it seems to be a very sore topic for everyone.
I
But
believe
yeah.
it's called a tranquilizer gun.
Okay, I can see
It
that.
is a variation of gun. It just does a very
Yeah.
different thing. It doesn't do
Okay.
immediate damage.
It is
does
definitely
oh,
part of
God.
the problem with the other guns, though, for sure.
But-
There's entirely
yeah.
too many of them, and it is entirely too
I
strong
still-
for the way you can get it.
I still want to give you all 30 seconds uninterrupted. I just want to know something. I want you to know your opinion about the soldier, because we know before the latest change, we had a role that was called a soldier. The soldiers had two options, two powers. First of all, they were more resistant to animal. I think they were they more resistant, or they were doing more damage to animals?
More
They
resistant,
were,
I
they
think.
were
More resistant, okay.
But that was a change given to them like within their last month before being.
Yeah, that was.
Yeah,
that was
that's
odd
after they.
little
That's
addition.
when they turned hacker to be the super soldier of the game, and then
Yeah,
they're like,
so-
"Well, soldier's absolutely useless now, so let's just give him this."
But
That's
the
what it felt
soldier also was able to open the armory, and there were two options to remove the armory before. Either you were a soldier and you were using your power, or you were a traitor. Nobody else could open the
Yeah.
armory.
that's-
I want to
think that
give
was
you
a good
all.
place.
Well, that's what I want to go. I want to have you all interrupted. I want to know what you think about the soldier, and if you think bringing back the soldier would make the armory better, especially on the blue team. Hollushi, I'll give you 30 seconds uninterrupted. Just tell us if you think soldier will fix the problem of the armory or not.
So I think I actually really miss Soldier. I think that adds a whole nother layer of deception that was really good. I think yeah, that could definitely help the armory out.
Why?
I think adding what you guys were talking about earlier, like a locator where everyone knows where the armory is, and like being able to claim soldier as a traitor, I think it would just work out better than it is right now. And of course, with that, we would have to moderate guns and bunkers.
Okay, Peezer, what's your call about it? Would bringing back the soldier make you like the armory a little bit more, or not?
Yeah, totally. Gets rid of the RNG situation and makes it so that again you have another style to that's now the current state of the sheep. You have a whole other style to pretend what you are.
Mhm.
You know there's a soldier. I don't even mind if there was two of them, but like as compared to what we were given with Tracker, they took away two of the fun smaller roles, and that even stopped me from doing the serum lab. I never do serum lab anymore either.
That's another question. Yeah, I think nobody opens the serum lab anymore. Well,
No
at least
one.
from my experience.
But
Well, Trader does. Trader do.
Well,
when
I
when
said I
someone
was a
says,
drink guy.
yeah.
Very rarely traders will, and survivors will just
Yeah.
to like pity the trader they slaughtered sometimes.
Yeah.
FTL,
And-
your thought on
and-
the soldier? Oh, sorry, Peezer, go
Like,
ahead.
real quick, I like what it's okay. She said in the
I
chat
agree,
there.
Jason.
Yeah, that's like only one place you can get them. That means that it now becomes like something that you are looking for, and it actually makes it. But that would also be some people's main focus. Is like, let's go circle,
Yeah.
circle, circle. I'm gonna help you, not at all.
Which I think is important because that's a third objective in the game that slows down the game time.
Yeah, so I think that the armory, while soldier would make it better, I still think that my idea of having it be like a third optional objective would be the best option for it. Because I think it would add more deception than just adding a soldier, and it adds more balance as it gives the traders more control over the guns that the survivors have. Along with the fact, of course, removing a significant amount of more gun parts from bunkers.
So you would rather
Yeah.
have the suggestion you make about the armory, rather
Yeah.
that than bringing back
Although
a
I will
soldier?
say a soldier was better than it is right now.
Okay, so
But
you'll
I'd
see.
prefer
Right
mine.
now, soldier, your solution, in that order.
My solution, soldier, and then what we have now.
Okay, that's what I did, but reverse order. Okay, awesome. Prestonman, your thought on the soldier? Would it make the armory better, worse? Would it fix the issue we seem to have with it?
The problem was the fact that there was only one soldier, and it made it so, whoever claims soldier, it was either if multiple people claim soldier, then it's like, oh, one of them absolutely has to be
Yeah.
a traitor. That's big issue in my opinion for why when it existed. So if they added it so there was more than one soldier too, maybe I wouldn't be opposed to that, but as of now, he's not in the game. If they brought him back with more than one, I'd be fine with that.
That is totally on the traitors, though. If you just called soldier knowing full well that you have a line on the corner that tells you every single person in the game, that is your fault.
Yep.
That is not the fault of the game.
Yeah.
That is
Yeah,
not
yeah,
the fault of the game. No.
Yeah.
You done failed at the deception.
And Zeke, I'll
Straight
give you
immediate.
your 30 seconds as well about soldier.
So yeah, I think maybe not necessarily soldier, because the role in itself seems to be the antithesis of the way the devs want the game to be, by like the role dictating exactly how or what you are doing that game necessarily. But I think that mechanic with the intel or something along those lines should be something that should be in the game, because it allowed for a lot of deception opportunities. It allowed for a lot of strategy with traitors. It allowed to make sure you know who you can trust rather than whatever. Like even now as a defector, you just give poison crossbows to anyone because it doesn't matter. It's just there's this like that's. Yeah, soldier would be better. I think some objective locator or FTL's idea or something along those lines would be even better than that, because that's probably more in line with what the devs want.
Once again, it seems like just putting a plaster on the stab wounds instead of just trying to fix it. I want less gun in the game. I want more PvP. I want more deception. I mean, less PvP. I want more deception. I want less gun in the game.
again.
So
Okay,
no,
can I just
I'm
say,
saying
like,
what I
you're-
want. I'm saying what I want. I cannot strum on myself. How can you strum
You're
on
ignoring
yourself?
20 gunshots right now and worrying about a broken nail.
Yeah, that's kind of what you're doing there.
No,
Well,
that's what deleting
thanks.
the armory is worrying about the broken nail, not
No,
the
if
22
you-
gunshots you got.
I just want to give my opinions on the soldier. If I don't want an armory, I don't see a point for a soldier. So remove the
Fair
one
enough.
place when you have many guns. And then after that, of course, there's one thing we all agree on, and we're not going to fight on this. There's too many guns in the game. We all agree on this. This is
Not enough.
But why should
I think-
RNG
Not enough.
dictate the
I
guns?
think
Like just pure
armor-
RNG dictates who gets the guns. That seems
Yeah, I think Armory is a great way to make guns more interactive and involved in the game, rather than just
Well-
like Zeke was saying, an RNG random. Oh, I have a gun now.
Mhm.
Armory
Well-
makes it more strategic.
Red 5 just said something, and I have no reason not to believe him, because obviously he's working on the game, but it doesn't feel like this at all, and I want to see you guys' opinion on this. Red 5 says they are drastically less guns in the game now than they were 3 months ago, let alone a year ago. So Red 5, again, I believe you. You see the
I will
numbers.
say-
I just don't feel it at all. I don't feel there's less guns in the game. It might be
I
just a
will say
feeling, or
there's
do you
less
guys
guns
feel it?
than when hacker hacked it and trader could hack it. Absolutely.
It's not that there is less, but it's that like they're
But-
just still easy to get.
I feel good having games when like at least 50% of the lobby just whips out AK or snipers. It happens again. Is it just the gun parts?
Games, though.
I go into games and I just waste guns. I just shoot every animal in Deep Woods because there's so many bullets. I still have a shotgun left over to put into a trader's face at the end, anyways.
Here, Red 5 continues, says we have drastically decreased the spawn rate of gun parts. Awesome. Good job. The previous design year and I have spent hours going through and tweaking the gun parts spawn percentage. Again, I totally believe you, and it's awesome. It's a step in the in the right direction. I don't.
There's something
I don't
wrong
feel
with
it.
though, Red.
I don't
find
see it.
4 or 5 in some of them, so I don't.
It's still
There's-
there.
There has to be some other mechanism. I don't know what it is, but it's not a thing right now.
Yeah, when the issue is like when I first started playing this game, the every 5-6 games, then I would see like a gun, or like a good amount of guns. Now it's like every game there's gonna be a gunfight. There's like no question about it. There are more guns than there were originally, but I get that you're saying that you decreased it. I totally believe you. I'm just saying that even with that decrease, there's still an abundance, and it needs to be tweaked further.
Like nauseatingly high amount. I think we
Yes.
can all agree.
Yeah, so yeah, I definitely think that the best option for reducing guns is reducing parts even further. But the armory I feel like is good to keep because it's not like Zeke said, it's not RNG based. It's just, oh, should we do the armory objective? Or at least I'm assuming my idea.
Do we need it? Is someone gonna come in with 4,000 health and beat us down? with their
Yep.
fist if they want.
So should we
Like-
spend 4 or 5 minutes opening the armory? If we do, then cool, we can get guns, and the survivors know that
That's-
will strengthen them. And the
I think
traitors-
that's yeah.
Okay, crazy idea. We seem to be in agreement here that gun parts are so much prevalent. What if you were to remove gun parts entirely from spawning? They don't spawn at all, but you can craft them using green and run part. That
No,
way,
Oh.
that allows you another
No.
deception.
Worse. That's
Another
very
way.
much
No.
worse.
No,
man.
no,
No.
No, you
No.
made them
If
so
one gun part
expensive.
costed your whole inventory to make.
You made them so expensive
maybe.
that
Then
you
no
made
one's
them so
gonna use them.
expensive.
If they're so
If you're
expensive,
into
no
co-
one's
Then there
gonna
you
make
go.
them.
There you go. If you're dropping all your items in the chest to pull out
Yeah,
whatever it would be, like 6 and 6 to make one gun part,
yeah,
yeah, you deserve to get your ass exiled in 10 seconds.
exactly. And then you have more deceptions, right? Do you want to take the
No.
risk to being kicked out of the cabin because you're wasting the parts to try to make a sniper?
I think if you could find the price, it could be potentially a thing. You might need to make some other resource that doesn't also directly snag from survivors though too, because that could extend the game too much in a way. Because people right now are gun crazed and they might never drop that attitude with the change occurring. So balancing it would be hard. The idea itself, I don't think's crazy.
Thank you, Ray Team. We're gonna extend an olive branch on this one. Here, Red 5 says here, and this is an awesome comment. I'll definitely be making some changes. What the change are specifically are the difficult part, and I agree with you.
Yeah.
We
I
don't
do
have the
agree with
solution.
Red,
We
that's-
just have the complaints so far.
Yep.
Well, no, I have a solution. No, wait. No. I have a solution. Remove the armory.
proposed a
That's not what you're
solution.
saying, right? Olu?
I
Peezer?
propose a
I
solution.
propose give me the settings in custom and let me remove gun parts or tranks or armory. Like well, you already can, but it doesn't make games different.
Yeah, but custom should not be the solution to having a better game. The real game should be.
Okay.
But
I
it's
just
very
want- I
difficult to
think-
balance those things, and that takes them a lot of time and effort, and it can mess the
True.
game up in a way like the Summer of
Yeah.
Hell was. Like we all remember that hacker change. We all remember
Yeah.
that. I think many people stopped playing the game basically. So that's what happens when you try to balance the base game with things that could be potentially very impactful with small number changes.
Olu, I think you were about to say something.
Nope.
No, you just said yeah.
No, I'm agreeing.
Okay. One question here that I want to ask everyone. Why do you think that what impact do you think the number of guns have on the game? Why do you think there's too much of them? And why should we have them removed? What would be the benefit of having less gun into the game? Preston said something that resonated with me. Preston said like a few years ago, a year ago, I guess, you would play 5 games, and then out of 5 games, only 1 game you would see some guns, and now you see guns every time. And when you said every game there's a gunfight, is that something
Or
that's
7.
problematic? Or 7? Should every single round have a gunfight in them?
I personally, again, like I said, I personally do not think there should be a gunfight every game. I feel like every couple games, that sounds reasonable to me, right? Like there's certain circumstances that match to make it so everyone can certain people can fight with their guns. But when every game is a gunfight or it has a gunfight, it loses just a lot of the magic the guns had, and it makes it just feel like a repetitive fight over and over. It just there's no chases. Like there's
I
I
really
missed.
feel like
Sorry, you say what you
You
want to
go.
say. Okay.
I was gonna say I really feel like it's and it should be a threat every game, but it shouldn't be everybody has guns all the time. Like they should be choices to make kind of things, not just you get everything done and you get a bunch of guns.
A
Peezer?
choice to make I mean, this is, I don't know how easy or hard this would even be to implement, but make some kind of holster, make something you got to carry it with, like make that the only thing that you can carry in your inventory, and you got to drop that shit to get into a fight melee wise. Like if you're gonna have guns that abundant, maybe only carry one and carry it
Like
with
a gun
something
backpack?
specific. Like there's literally art with that girl with it over her shoulder, like something like that. If you're gonna make it so that people can have 5 fucking guns on them, like maybe make it a little harder for them to even access those or carry them, make them think twice about having to carry something specific, right?
That's interesting. Why would be the
Something, there's too many, which if if there's too many, that's understandable. Like we're already at that point, but maybe make it so that, like even Zeke said, it's a single thing. You can't stack them. I don't even think you should be able to stack med kits, but that's just personally me.
Is it,
Yeah,
Peezer,
there's a lot
are
of
you
people that say
saying
that too.
that? Are you saying that if you have a gun and you just, instead of putting it in your pocket, you will have it like on your back, and everyone would
And
see
that's
that
it.
you have a gun all the
Yeah,
time?
that would actually be interesting too, is if you had to show everyone you have this. But I get that that's the idea of the game, is to lie to people and surprise, I have this. But if the gun is an issue and we're still going to keep that many of them, maybe make it so we can't carry 4.
Only one gun, so you have to like literally choose.
Use that gun, yeah.
Yeah, you have to use that gun.
Would
or
a crossbow be
That's tough.
in this situation?
There's so many
That's
crossbows.
tough. Oh, I open
Yeah,
a
I think
green
I think
blackout with 5 crossbows and no
that
ring.
might work. I think your idea is just kind of too complicated.
I know.
Game.
I know. That's what I said. I don't know if that would be something that's implementable, but regardless, it's still an idea that makes it so that you have to not carry an entire armory in your pocket.
Yeah.
But there's
Well,
a
I think
simpler
the
idea.
idea is
If you think this is too complicated, I have the
say it,
very
I'm
easy idea. You take the armory and you press delete, and it's gone. How is that complicated? It's
But
gone.
that is with doing that I feel like just makes the game more simple, or at least doesn't make it more simple, but there's a better way that you can make the game have more depth to it rather than just deleting it. You could just delete it, but that could turn into a cool feature of the game that the game would make the game better.
Yeah, backpack or holster.
Add more content.
I think the armory back when I first got the game on Game Pass was a really good thing. Not so much anymore.
I never see it open.
I see it open and it just snowballs. It just absolutely snowballs.
It opens whenever
It's
3
like-
people happen to stumble across it. Whenever
And
I
they
stumble
typically have a
across
gun
it,
in their pocket already.
Well, right now I don't usually go for it, but let's say I'm like tryharding. I know the traitors tryharding too. I can pretty easily just be like, "Hey, come this way. I'll pick
Thank
up
you,
2
Red.
survivors that I
Thank
think are
you.
cool."
I like Red's answer. Yeah.
Red answer there. Thank you so
Ouch.
much. His take is 100% it.
Thank you.
I'm gonna put it on screen here. I'm gonna put it on screen because
That is
this,
my
this
entire
hurts.
point.
I
Right.
agreed.
Yes, thank you.
Perfectly
for putting that on screen.
surmised.
So Red says here, removing armory is a band-aid solution for a problem, but band-aid is only half on the wound.
Yeah.
Red,
exactly.
Something.
Red, you also
You
seem to
got
agree.
like a little toe band-aid for you need like stitches
Yeah.
for kind of
You
thing.
need
Like it's not
something
going to
to
do
go to the
anything.
You're
hospital
removing
with.
you're moving.
Would
a
you
great
rather-
potential mechanic?
Would you rather do something small that has as little impact than nothing? And
I'd
keep
rather
it
not
as is?
sacrifice a mechanic for something that won't do anything objectively.
How is it a
Right.
mechanic? What mechanic are you talking about? You keep bringing that up.
It's
The
a
mechanic of
place in
armoring.
which you can get more armed and has a slight risk reward. It's not very good right now, but there is
But
times where traders
Yeah.
win battles.
But
there
you
and
agree
turn
you
games
want less
around.
armed.
I think PvP is an
I
important
just
part
cannot
of this
get
game.
my-
I think guns
wrap my
are as
head
well,
about it.
But I think the number of them is absurd, and not everybody in the game should be popping off multiple guns at a time.
Everyone down there on the
I
red
watch
team
people
agree
fire
we need
through
less
multiple
guns,
in a game, which is
and you
absurd.
want more guns at the
Getting
same
a
time.
gun is not a problem. Shooting through 6
Yeah.
of them and not worrying about finding another one is.
Then if you have an armory that's full of guns, you just increase your problem.
I've gone into
I-
the armory and found 2 gun parts, 3 landmines, and 10 gas. That's a whole different thing
Yeah,
than
but
it
you
being
can
a
also
friggin'
find-
armory. It's like, yeah,
It's
you can
unfortunate
also. That's
armory.
RNG. That's not a problem with the building. That's a problem with other things
Yeah,
around
why
it.
are you even bringing?
And I think
The-
removing the armory is not the best solving for this problem of having too many guns. The armory
It's
should
one
be
step.
actually almost a fix for it, because almost completely removing guns in other cases, the armory allows, if you remove guns in other cases, the armory almost allows you to be able to have guns, but still it not being unbalanced. You have a way. The traders have ways of controlling whether or not the survivors get the guns.
Should-
Now, of
Can we
course,
get,
not
can we get an
encouraged.
alarm go off when it opens then? Like that would be
Well,
Oh.
interesting.
given
That
the
was a
current-
cool
given-
implementation. I thought was gonna happen, but just never became a thing.
Well,
Well,
Peezer, you
given the
can
current
put
state,
your
the
own
armory
alarm
is-
on it. You build an alarm and you put it on the switch.
Yeah, and you can only hear it from a quarter tile
True.
distance away, or a
Yeah,
half tile
well-
away, or whatever the range on it is.
The current armory solution is definitely, in my opinion, bad, and I would rather the armory be removed than keep it whatever it is now. But I think it's much better to rework it in some way so that it can be more
Yeah.
interactive with the players.
There's no way you're yoinking it out and being like, okay, problem fixed, and not putting it back in ever, and that's gonna make the game better. It's not. It's absolutely not gonna do anything to the root problem.
FTL
No, I
said something.
think
I want to come back. if you were to right now, tomorrow morning, remove it, not forever, but says there's too many guns, let's remove this one place, and then while it's gone, we're gonna think of a solution and try to implement something new. Like you
Sorry.
would you be agree with that?
If we
No,
were-
knowing that it
why
would
not
be
just-
Exactly.
Okay, why not
Temporary-
just change
Take
the
a while
number of
to
gun
fix
parts needed
it.
to craft to 5 instead of that? That's such a better option.
I'm more down
It-
for no stack.
No stack of the
I
gun
don't
parts?
know about that.
I think I would be okay if they were to remove the army temporarily and then re-add the armory when they
Play
had
custom.
their fixed solution. But
Yeah.
yeah, exactly. Play
Yeah, yeah.
custom.
That's what I'm told
We
every
don't
time
need
I
to
have a
remove it.
suggestion
We don't
about
need to
something.
remove it.
So I think
No,
the
no,
armory
Pete,
mechanic's
Zeke,
important.
don't you remember yesterday how you got upset when you got told someone by just play custom as a solution to your problem? Why you bring it now?
No, I got told to play custom on default settings, is what I got told. And that was like, oh, I'll just restrict my player pool and have nothing to make my game customized with, just to be able to get these features potentially, maybe. That kind of made me just be weirded out.
Play custom should
That's
never
not the
be a
same thing.
solution. Should be a little bit of icing on the cake when you can have something special. You have something special in mind. You go play custom. Play custom should not be the fix to
Yeah.
the base game.
But the base game problem is an armory. And that's what you're trying to say it is, and we're trying to say it's not.
No,
So, if you
okay.
think it's that
But
big of a problem in the game, go, because it's actually not.
Armory,
Like, go
it's
play
not-
Armory is a
it's not
product
the-
of that though too. Though like
Yeah.
it's
The
you're
armory-
right. The guns. We're all
armory-
saying the guns, but the armory is inherently part of that issue as well.
But here's the thing:
It's not.
armory only
There's
gets
so many
opened,
games
like,
where the armory's not even open. The towers, you respawn on a tower map. Whoops. Oh, there you go. There's 2 tranks, 3 guns. Game over.
Armory's opened only about like 1/6 of the games I play,
Yeah,
and even then,
like-
out of those games, 5 out of 6 of them there's a gun problem, and that
I-
means those add.
Okay,
those
are these
statistics
stats-
line up.
Consequent-
Armory-
Are these stats would have been interesting to have because from my feelings that all the games I play, armory is always open.
No.
Whatever
No,
team. I'm not saying it's either the
no,
traitor or the
That's
survivor.
definitely not. If
but
you
it's
RNG
most
stumble
likely.
upon it when you're walking a second, sure. Most games you don't find it sometimes though, because you find
Yeah.
second with the shadow of the power line instantly. You run speed, run objective.
Every time I see an armory, I
I'd
get
like to see
teleported.
red
So I see
stats.
it's a yeah. Well, I guess
Yeah.
one of us should have done the work of bringing stats, and I think none of us did. So shame on the 6 of us on this
I
one.
guess the
I'm just
host should
going-
have done that.
I'm just going after what
I'm
have
not a
seen
host
from
today,
the
although.
experience.
Yeah, who?
And armory, I find, is very rarely opened to me. And
I see it rarely opened very often. The few times I do see it opened, have some interesting situations when there's already a shit ton of guns into play, which are from other bunkers and stuff. That's not the armory's fault, but that is what happens.
Will that fix the guns? No.
No, there's already a shit ton of guns already in the game by the time the armory is found and opened. That's not the issue. The issue is
Usually,
that they're
usually.
yes. The main problem is the fact that there's guns found way beforehand. Like I've said, I've played so many games where the first 5 minutes I got a gun, or one of my partners got a gun. It's insane. It's really
Yeah.
Odd question that isn't really related to this, but how would you guys feel about if you're in the game, the survivor drop comes, you're stuck in cabin, they're holding you down. If you could get that gun off the wall,
Right.
Jesus.
like that should be like
Right.
just a random weird question just came to mind. What do you think?
More
Well, I
guns.
feel like it
More
would-
guns.
it
I've
would-
seen that in suggestions at one point.
No, I don't
wouldn't
want. I don't want
matter
that thing to be.
because-
I don't want that thing to be a play. But I mean, just some. Like you're fucked. You're held down by 2 guys that are keeping you there. And they're
Assuming the
about to exile
traders
you.
have guns. Assuming the traders have guns too, they have southern advantage on you when you walk out of that cabin, and
Mhm.
you'll be in that grace range, which
So
means
you're saying if you're a
you-
survivor and survivor drops gun, that thing just unlocks and you can grab it like it's a
Mhm.
survivor drop gun?
Yeah, I guess anybody.
I don't think that would be very bad. Or do you think
That's
anyone? Like
kinda
if a traitor's standing there,
I
it's
don't
like last person's
I-
dead, the traitor
No.
each turns around, oh, another sniper.
I haven't really elaborated on this. I just thought about that when we were talking about more guns. In the game, I was like, how about more guns?
I don't think
Yeah.
it's like that, but that's a different situation, right? That's like a do or
Yeah.
die need situation. You need a gun because there's a good chance that's the only way you're winning that fight. Guns, I think, are important. I think the possibility of getting them is important. I think the fact that everyone can get them from 2 bunkers that are
Okay, we
right
have-
beside cabin half the time is the problem.
We have 2 minutes left on this one. By the way, Zeke, your camera's frozen. Just gonna
Yeah,
tell
it
you.
is.
Oh,
Put an expo on the wall.
So 2 minutes before the next break, I think I'm just going to do a quick resume of what we talked. Right, the first period of debate, we talked about removing the armory. Obviously, 3 of us on top thinks we should remove the armory. The 3 guys on the bottom think the armory should not be removed from the game.
You think it should be reworked?
Rework, yeah. Well, rework or at least kept. And you think that this is not the main issue with the game. Second part of debate, we talk mostly about the soldier situation, if we wanted the soldier to come back, if the soldier would fix the situation. And we also talked a little bit about guns, and we had Red 5 here coming with stats telling us that a lot of the gun parts has been removed from the game from what it was 3 months ago, which is a giant step in the right direction, I think. Anyone wants to have a last word? We have 40 seconds before we go on a break.
Not right now.
I think
Too many
we kinda
guns are the
wrapped up that
problem,
conversation.
not armory.
Also,
FTL?
Zeke, nice dog cam. I think we kind of well wrapped up that. I agree with Zeke. So I don't have much to add right now.
I have nothing to add.
Awesome. So we will be coming back in 5 minutes with other questions. By the way, guys, in the chat, if you have questions for debaters, make sure to ask your question with a question mark so we know that we are going to ask them. We will be doing one last section of the debate in 5 minutes. We will be right back after this ad break. Make sure to spam us with your question right now, and we will be addressing them when we come back. Everyone, we will be doing our final round of the debate tonight. Remember, thank you, Dude Man, with rating with 13. Awesome. Dude Manog, thanks for being here. We are talking tonight, everyone, if you just joined the debate, we are talking about the gun problem in Project Winter, and we are discussing the potential solution of removing the armory from the game as a way to fix, not entirely, but a way to try to find a solution to the gun problem. By the way, Dude Man, look what I did here. Look at the color under my name. I think you'll be pretty happy. Last week, you accused me of being biased, right? Well, look at that. There's no way you can accuse me tonight. I just decided to jump right into it.
Now he's full biased. He just doesn't even hide it. There's no need for the accusation.
No.
Why would I need to be? Yeah, I'm on a team now. So, Dude Man, and whoever and everybody that joined us, thank you so much for the raid. We will be going with the last part of this debate, and we will be having some questions from the chat in 5 minutes. So if you guys have questions you want to be addressed or comments you want to be addressed, make sure to put it in chat right now, and I will make sure to have them addressed by our community, our debaters. One thing I want to come back here. We talk about gun parts. We talk about guns being too prevalent. We talk about the soldier, and we talk obviously about the armory. Some of us wanted the armory to be removed from the game. Some of us wanted the armory to be reworked. And I think some of us seems to think that the armory is fine as it is, and it is not a problem at all, and removing it would have little than no impact on the solution.
I don't think anyone said that.
Can you please stop strawmanning the opposition to your argument?
Yeah, I don't think.
What I said was pretty fair. What I said was pretty fair here.
None of us said
There was no slant.
I said we don't
Anyone
want it to
said that
change.
one
In
is-
fact, I made a statement completely to the opposite of it, and I think my whole team agreed with it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I've heard people saying that the armory was not the problem right now, and removing it will be just placing a little band-aid. So
It's a
if
problem,
you think
not
it's
the
irrelevant,
problem to remove, though. It's a problem, just not one that we gotta remove and toss into the.
you guys are already in combat mode. I'm just bringing up what happened.
Much bigger than it, and you think it
course.
isn't for some reason.
We never left
It will not
combat.
have any objective impact if you remove it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, well, I'm gonna roll with that. I think you are a bit unfair there, because I'm just bringing up some opinions that were said left and right for everyone and
You
chat
did not
involved. So.
say them. Oh my god.
We are just trying to refute false information.
Clarify. We're trying to clarify.
Are you calling my show fake news?
Yes.
Yes.
Damn. Okay. That's what's gonna happen tonight. Okay. Well, this is the other thing I wanted to talk about. So, what do the guns in the game do on the deception part? Do you think guns prevent deception or bring more deception opportunities to the game?
Who wants to start?
I think it can definitely bring deception aspects, but guns need to be used in a right way for them to not go to PvP. You know?
How would a gun bring more deception opportunity?
I think
FTL next. Well, Hollushi, go ahead, and then FTL.
Sorry.
So, like, I think if traders had more of an access to gun parts, like they open more trader crates, especially at wolf traders, bringing them back to the cabin and stuff and crafting them, while the survivors have them, it brings that type of deception in.
Okay, FTL.
I like to say guns used to bring deception back when the armory used to have the soldier. Nowadays, the guns bring practically no deception, and with my proposed change to the armory, it would reintroduce deception into the gun part with guns in general, and earning them. And so, yeah.
How can a gun? Okay, I think more guns in the game just push people to shoot more people.
Yes. The guns themselves.
And when you shoot people, you're not doing deception. You're doing straight PvP.
State, there is no deception among guns, in my opinion.
Yeah.
So, the way guns can help deception is by making a sheep trader not so vulnerable. It allows them to be able to blend in more. It allows them to be able to take more risks because they could pull it out of their pocket and shotgun you in the face. They might have that safety valve. It's something that they could possess. If you eliminate guns completely and basically don't let them have it, double wolf just murdering the hell out of you will be a thing. You need to have like guns to have some type of way to do massive amounts of damage. You need to have guns, and I think the armory to have a way to play and strategically play around. And that brings deception, whether it's a role or just a position or whatever.
You say you need to have guns. Why would you need to have a gun against the trader? Is it because they're buffed?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because it's very difficult to take down someone that just wants to go get 3,000 health.
And if you remove the possibility to be buffed, if you remove the energy drink,
it's the whole different game. Just go play a different game.
Issue. The issue of
go play a different game. Like it's not. That's a core fundamental in the game. Like
that you can get an unfair advantage over people, and then thus because you created a problem, you need to introduce another problem to fix the first problem you created.
No. It's important because the game is 6 versus 2, and you need to be able to equalize that as a trader, and you need to be able to use teamwork and cooperation to be able to counteract that.
Mm-hmm.
Which leads to more
take that away,
gunfights
or fights. Traders are just super vulnerable, and then they absolutely need guns. Absolutely need them all the time.
What if you just use deception, bring people in this dark corner, kill them one by one without the group,
Some
and try to
people
find a way?
don't play that way.
We'll go kill
can.
people 2 minutes into the game, and then you can sit there for 28 minutes and be upset.
Yeah, you can play
because there's no other way to win the game other than do that.
But some people don't play that way, unfortunately, and then we have to have stuff like the armory.
We have to.
Yeah, because when someone goes and does that and bunkers 2 people 3 minutes in, you need the armory to go get the guns as a guarantee, or at least powerful weapons to make sure you stop that person from coming and murdering you easily.
Would you rather have someone that has the same life bar as you do, just trying to be sneaky and kill people one by one, playing like Hitman style, like picking
just
up
remove
one?
Trade rates too, and let's why even go to bunkers? Let's just change all the objectives so they're not the same. Let's do a different game.
So you boost someone, and then you need to introduce something to stop the boosting you're doing.
That's the core way they made the game, though.
Zeke, Peezer, you have anything to say on this? You seem to be a bit confused.
If you rework the armory, do it like the Serum Lab. Don't make it so it's like right there and then. Like put a one on the other side of the map. But if you go to it, then you've located where the 2 are. Even like
that would be interesting. I just think that's just pretty much a copy of the Serum
Well,
Lab.
we're pretty much already at the point. Like even Red said, if we get rid of it, it doesn't get rid of the issue, and I don't think that's going to be a thing. Is it going away? But it is inherently now just a RNG situation. It used to be something that you used to incorporate into your playstyle if you were a trader, knowing full well there was no soldier, or if you were a soldier, then it was like, oh shit, I gotta rally 2 people that I trust to come with me, and then they're like going back to being a deception game. That's where it came from. I would, if we're gonna keep it here, get rid of that expo.
Yeah.
or make the expo something that is just
Yeah,
something weird somewhere you just found it. Like if we're gonna go to RNG and we're gonna call it like that, like fuck one random box in a cave that happens to have it. I'd rather see that than two guys that unload 12 bombs on me when I had an upper hand in the get go.
Yeah.
Again, I'm only on this side because I hate that thing.
I agree that thing should not be as prevalent in the armory. Like I said, a game I played, 3 people went in, 3 people came out with the 3 explosive bows. There should not be.
The last time I saw
spawn
it,
rate is hellish.
last time I saw it was on Gondola, and I was running towards the gondola. I was gonna get away, and then just boom, 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 slowed down, like shot right on the hill. Like I'll admit, that was some great shooting because that thing's hard as hell to shoot. But
Yeah,
that took any of the fun. Yeah, that took any of the fun because I was trying to play in a way that I mess with them, leave, mess them, leave. But it's like, no, that's gone now because they happen to open up the gigantic pain in the ass for me, which I get it, but I try not to even use it myself when I get it. I just don't like the thing.
Yeah, I like to just walk away from it. If I see it on the side of my screen, I take survivors the other direction. Even if I'm a survivor.
I mean, if I don't know you, I'm probably gonna use it.
Yeah, that's exactly it. Like,
if I'm playing with friends,
if I don't know you or anyone else in the lobby and I feel like I'm alone, I will absolutely
Mhm.
get everything out of there, trank you, bear trap you, and murder you with some stims on top of it. Like,
unfortunately, that's kind of it's kind of our mentality when we don't know people.
Yeah,
Easier to be.
but that's a
mean.
lot of the people's mentality when they don't know people too. So you have to be able to send that back out when people are going to send it to you.
We also got to remember, we're kind of talking from a side where we do play with a lot of people we do know. Like, not some people in here won't even play in a random lobby. I don't know about any of these guys, but I'm sure some people watching won't play randoms.
I have a few questions here for the chat that I would like to have you guys address. Pizza sent off a few questions here, and this one I think is pretty neat. Pizza here says the main question if they are gun parts and no soldiers, why do we need it? It's useless without it.
Sorry, say it again.
Main question is if there are gun parts and no soldiers, why do we need it? Pizza, you're talking about the armory, right? Pizza seems to say that the armory is useless because we have gun parts and there's no soldier.
That's a way to look at it.
That's the reason why we were talking about removing most of the gun parts from like most of the
rest
bunkers.
of the
Make
map.
it so it's harder to find them, if not
But-
basically impossible. You know, and make the armory the main like hub of where the guns are.
I would just rather see the tracker utilized in that way.
I think the building of the armory is good because it should be the place where you get armed. It
I also
should
don't
be
think it
an
should be
investment.
tied
in
to
the
a
name.
role. While tracker is kind of weak, I don't think it should be tied to a role.
Okay, this one is pretty good. I like it, and I like it a lot. Pizza says here, what if the armory was the only thing that had guns part, and it was opening on a timer, or after first objective is done? It would limit people to three guns in total.
And then it shuts and fills up with water, and you die if you're in too long.
It's like a Indiana Jones. You have to take the thing in the middle and then run before it explodes.
You grab the most expensive thing in there, now everything's going to shit.
Well, I mean, what I take from this comment is to have a
just gone.
have a preset amount of guns. Well, it says 3 in the comments. Well, just humor 3. Let's say that you don't know where they are. They could be at random location, but there's only X number of guns on the map.
I think that's really hard for them to implement.
I
think that's hard
awful.
for them to implement too.
I think you stumbling along a random gun and then you just got it randomly for sake of randomness is awful and does not provide anything for deception.
Okay, and if they're only in the armory,
then it's better. There's deception possible.
It's a risk reward.
And it's like I mentioned earlier, if it's going to be made harder, it's makes it not just a risk reward deception wise, but also an idea of should we waste the time to do this.
Yep.
Okay. That's I kind of agree on this. If there was no gun anywhere else, I would agree that the armory is good. Remove all the guns. Just put a set amount of guns in the armory. Maybe even then add a soldier. And there you go. You have less guns. You have less gunfights. You have. It seems that all the problems we've been noting so far might be fixed this way.
if you have all the guns in the armory and you rely on whether or not the survivors have a role of soldier, that alone can determine whether or not the survivors ever get guns. So if we're gonna add soldier, guns cannot be exclusive to the armory.
Yeah. There's a balance to be
True.
struck, and right now it's not there.
And then, like I said, it would be nice to have an alarm go off. Like that's.
I'd be down for that. Or a
I
flare.
mean,
have a
like,
bundle of
again,
flares launch out of it.
Going back to my continuous bitching about this, if I would have known that they both had that or that they had hit the armory, I probably would have played that whole situation different. But instead, I walk in, boom, 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 like exciting.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay,
I
what
think
if-
another thing that is not the armory, but is also connected to gun parts and guns, is the towers.
But
Those
yellow
are
flag on the tower.
absolutely,
Well, towers are kind of
Absolutely
mini
absurd.
armories, right?
they're
Yeah.
absolutely absurd.
Yeah.
They
Yeah.
should have like a 1-to-4 randomization with
Get
like
one,
low
one drink in
priority.
there. One drink in there.
Like, yeah,
sure.
1 to 4
Four.
drinks, low priority. Maybe add half the trader crates to those tiles or something. But like, you can get 2 tranks out of 3 of them. It's it's absurd.
Fun
Like
fact,
the number of
used to-
guns and weaponry from them is nuts.
I'm
That's,
pretty
that's,
sure.
that's why armory's not a big deal.
I'm pretty sure a long time ago you used to be able to get the explosive crossbow out of the towers. Now I may be wrong on that.
It
but
sounds
I'm pretty
horrifying with
sure-
ragdoll.
Oh, pizza.
I think that used to be a thing. It was much rarer than the armory, but
I would even be okay with
don't
like a
remember
like a soloing the armory if it was like Cypher Station. You go into a thing and there's a number painted on the wall right there, and then it's like, oh shit, now I know I can get this open through this, but that's gonna take a shit ton of time to do this if I'm gonna try to brute force it, or I can actually go to 2 more and find it. I don't know.
That
It's
is
just
what
a
it is.
suggestion.
In silence. Sorry, I just read the chat.
Okay, I want to bring this question here from Yoshiman. I think I like this one. Random thought.
Oh,
Would you think
Just
that
said
instead of weapons just being available in the armory, instead they can be all crafted but require specific items only available at the armory? Would it change anything?
Complicated.
Would it just be the exact same thing with just one extra step?
I think it's
So
too
you
much.
mean
too
like
much
gun
extra
parts?
steps. Yeah. I think you mean special parts. Like the. I don't know.
I
What a gun
think
and the gun.
Getting the
Good boy.
RNG on the gun is an issue, to a degree. Like
Well,
the
we
random
kind of all
spawn
agreed
guns
on
is
that,
okay,
Zeke. Yeah, that's
But like that's so in the armory though. Like for instance, if you get like a sniper part only, you're like, I don't like sniper. Sniper doesn't work in this
shotgun.
situation. I'd rather have it just be generic parts that are the gun parts that you build.
Okay, we have a question directed right at Preston here. Preston, this one is apparently just for you. And
Yeah,
Pizza
don't-
wants us to tell you to tell the story. What was the one game that we had to solve a code while being chased by a killer to open the armory?
If I had to remember, it probably was on like Blackout, but I couldn't remember it. I genuinely couldn't remember it. And I don't think it is Blackout. It's been so long since I think something like that has happened. Unfortunately, I'm sorry, Pizza. I can't remember it.
Mhm.
I
I
okay,
wish
you-
I could, but that sounded like a hell of a game. I don't know how I don't remember that one.
What code? Like a cipher code?
I assume Cipher. Yeah, I
Yeah,
assume we had
and
to do
the
Cipher
Blackout
and
DLC
then run
doesn't
to
have
Armory.
cipher, so.
Yeah, so it
is-
probably wasn't
Player.
Blackout. That's why I'm telling you. It's been so long since I just don't remember that one, unfortunately.
I'm gonna get murdered. Okay, I get.
Oh,
I see that. Is there in Armory and Blackout? I have a brain freeze there. I don't remember.
Yes,
Yes.
yes,
There is,
Armory
yes.
is in Blackout. Yes,
And
it's
it's
definitely not in
open-
Blackout because it's Cipher they were talking about. Just my brain is melted.
Armory and Blackout is opened more often, but I don't think it's as much as a problem. I mean, it's easier to find it in Blackout because of the hatches.
I didn't know that
changed it
they
now.
changed the hatch situation.
Yeah,
Yeah, they
that new
Yeah.
change to hatches
That's
made
actually made it
Blackout
way better.
legitimately fun.
It's
It's
super
actually
fun.
a great change, and I gotta commend
I love
whoever
it.
decided to do that. It
Yeah,
makes it way
because
better.
I got stranded out at second after they sabotaged, and it was like, ah,
I-
shit! Like I gotta work my way
Yeah.
back, and I
Oh,
didn't get,
no,
died.
you can go back. You just can't go to.
To be honest, when I first saw the hat, I mean, I play Blackout a lot more than most people.
I didn't even try.
I mean, yeah, a lot more than Peezer.
Thank
When
you
I
for
first saw the change, I was like, oh, this sucks. And then now I've changed, as I played it, I've changed my mind that I definitely really enjoy the hatch change.
Okay, last question here before we go with final words, and this is a bit of a less serious question, but I will still humor it here. Moose says, how do you guys feel about the dev adding a PB and grilled turkey sandwich? Peezer, I think this one's addressed directly to
Definitely.
you.
We need to add that. We need that.
Immediately uninstall a game when you make it.
Ugh.
Oh, when you eat it, it just
Yeah.
crashes the game.
Yeah, it just opens up Mario Kart. Go play something else.
Yeah, you just DC. And it's like a prank. You try to get someone to eat it, and when they eat
Your
it, they just
graphics card, get out of
automatically-
here.
It's like the Alt F4 prank, but you just make them eat it.
Oh, it bricks your computer.
All good
Yeah.
games have sandwich. Olu, any thoughts on the PB&J and grilled turkey sandwich?
Yep. I
Actually,
think
that sounds kind of
you
good.
should have
I
it.
want one.
Just
As a
some-
costume, right? As a suit, as a top.
Why does it have to be
Oh,
grilled?
okay.
Like, why you got hot turkey in there? That's gross.
Well, guys, that was awesome.
Try it.
We will be doing a post-game Project Winter match as usual, where I think we will all work very hard to try to open this damn armory and see how it influences the game. So this is what we're going to do next. Before we go, guys, a few details. If you like this debate, all the previous debate, this is episode 10. We have already reached episode 10 of the Pod Pipe Pulse debate. This is awesome. 1 per week so far. 10 weeks going on, and we're just going. I will not be assassinated this week, so you can rest assured there will be an episode next week. If you want to see the previous debates, they're all on my YouTube page, so just check for AsparagusDaiquiri on YouTube. And after that, we will be going for the post game. So don't leave after. It's not over. Make sure to follow and subscribe this channel for more information. Before we go, I want to give everyone one last chance to give their final words. So tell us what you thought about the debate. Have you changed your mind? Are you stick with your same position? And where people can find you, because I want you guys all to get a nice part of this audience following you after that. Hollushi.
All right. So no, my stance has not changed. I think, though, yes, removing Armory is definitely a band-aid to the larger problem. You have to take account the dev's time. So I think removing the Armory to kind of, balance it out for a while, and maybe coming back with an improved version with or without a role attached would definitely make the game better with the gun stance. You can find me on any platform at Hollushi, and thank you, Asparagus.
Thank you for being there. As it's been 3 weeks in a row now, Lou.
Has it?
As it, yeah. You were there for the woman debate 2 weeks ago. Last week we talked about Gondola, and there you go. Peezer, final words, your opinion, and where people can find you.
The armory is never really going to go away. I just think it could use a different method of opening, as well as alerting, as well as maybe even what's inside. Obviously, armory is for armoring yourself, but maybe I'd like to see more bombs, more smoke grenades, more trap disarms, things like that, right? Like, guns are always going to be an issue. They're never going anywhere, and I don't want to see them go away because that's ridiculous. But I think I lost interest in it when the soldier went away, as well as doing the serum lab. So that changed a huge aspect of it, and I don't know who is it here that said they've seen it opened a bunch. I definitely haven't. Last time I saw it opened, I happened to stumble upon it after the flash event, and nobody had even gone inside of it yet. It was the craziest thing. But you can find me at Peezer Plays on Twitch. That's about it. Thanks.
Clova here in chat says that you know nothing about Project Winter, but you are mesmerized by Peezer's dog cam. I mean Zeke's dog cam. Zeke. Yeah. I'm sorry, guys. I confused both of you. Clova, this is your chance. Since you know nothing about Project Winter, stay with us. We are all gonna go and do a post-debate Project Winter game. So I'm gonna stream it. So you'll have your first view of what the game is, and you probably love it because we all agree it's one of the best game available so far, right?
Yes.
Yep.
It is. FTL, final words.
I did not change my opinion. I still agree the best solution for my starter, my best solution to the armory is to rework it. Being removed, I would be sad actually if it was removed from the game. I think it has good potential. I just also want to say, even though Asparagus, you said you probably aren't an assassin, being a straw man is a great way to attract an assassin. You can find me at PW_FTL. I might stream eventually, actually do something other than just one random Star Wars stream. Thank you, Preston, man.
Yeah, so when I went into this debate, I forgot the issues with the Armory, so I didn't say I said that it shouldn't be changed, but obviously I disagree with that completely because it's been a while since I've messed with the Armory at all. But yeah, so that changed, but I do not think it should be removed at all. The Armory should stay, and it should be tweaked to make it, more, not trash. That's it. You can find me via Prestonman on YouTube and Twitch, but I don't really stream, so that's all I have to say.
And Zeke, final words.
So I'm Zeke. I think that I think removing the Armory is a bad way to fix the actual problems that exist. I think if you play enough games, you totally see that it's not even close to the majority of the problem, and there's many other ways to address it. You could find me on Twitch if I'm streaming at Zeke0313, and yeah, like I said, I think objectively, Armory is a good thing to have in the game. It should be where the power exists, not just pile on top of the rest of the power in the map.
Thank you so much for being here tonight, Zeke. And for my part, I am AsparagusDaiquiri. I'm a French-Canadian streamer, and I play mostly social deception games. This is when I'm not hosting this debate show. I am playing Project Winter usually on Fridays, Saturdays, Sundays, and I play with the community. So if you like what you see, make sure to follow and subscribe to this channel. Debate-wise, I think this debate was a slam dunk, and it's pretty obvious that the blue team completely ravaged the red team. We got them to agree that Armory is a problem with the game. They kind of shied out and just said that, yeah, let's just... I'm talking now, FTL. It's my turn. You had your chance. It is my turn. You had your chance. You had your chance. It is my turn. We got them, even Preston, to agree that he changed his mind on this. So...
If you read your stream title, you will see how wrong you are.
You are so wrong.
I vote for a new host.
See how angry they
also-
get when they get put their nose
unbiased
right into
moderator.
their business. Well, yeah, of course there's unbiased moderator. Look, there's a color under my name
Think
on
Pete
blue
said
team.
she-
I think I'm gonna actually hire an assassin. Watch your back, Asparagus. Huh?
Oh my god.
I'll pitch in.
So see, guys, that's why when you've lost the debate, all you resort is to death threat and raising your voice. You can see that the blue team remained really calm. We know what we're talking about. We didn't need to start yelling. We didn't need to death threat anyone. So there you go, chat. You can make your mind.
Because
on this.
we didn't have to
in our heat.
misrepresent your opinions. So
Yeah. That is
That
true.
being said, jokes aside, guys, I appreciate every single one of you. That was a great discussion. I loved every second of it. I think I want to jump into the debate more because I had a blast tonight. Guys in chat, feel free to stay with us. We are going to do a Project Winter game, and during the weekend, we will play even more of it. Next week, we're going to have another debate. I think we are going to talk about, it's not sure, but I'm going to give you a little spoiler. We mostly are going to talk about the Deepwood maps. The Deepwoods map. Last week we did the
Like
gondola.
spoiler.
on the note of guns. Ooh.
Oh, more guns. And
On
Jeremy
note
the
of
bear.
guns, just go wander the north.
Spooky.
Literally open any bunker.
Yeah,
You have the
time
armory
to
right there.
horrifying. It's like
Deep woods.
So-
two shotguns
horrible.
a bunker. It's like, wow, this is just okay.
Each bunker is the equivalent of 2 armories.
Yeah.
So,
Deep Woods is
Kinda
really
has to be.
you guys are already starting. This is next week. Don't spoil it out.
Let's just do it now.
Pizza says, "What are you on about? There was so much yelling. Was there?
I believe there
don't
was.
know.
Yeah.
May have
There was
been-
so much
there's a
fun
little
being
bit.
had. So that's what I'm going
By
to
a certain
Little
person
bit.
with an A in their name.
A little bit of yelling.
do. So guys, make sure you find Hollushi, Peezer, FTL, Prestonman, and Zeke on their preferred platform. Prestonman is mostly on YouTube, and all the other ones are mostly on Twitch. So we will be back in a few minutes with all of the debaters that decided to stay with us with the game. I hope you appreciate the show tonight. I sure did. This was the 10th episode, and I wanted to do something special to celebrate it, and I jumped into the fray. I will most likely be back to hosting next week. So that's pretty much it. Thank you for being here. Don't leave. We will be back in 5 minutes.